I'm Perry and I live on a 55-foot narrowboat. I weave and run the odd gel plate printing workshop. I also print my own papers and my own fabrics where I'll make lampshades out of and things. I have an allotment which I'm absolutely useless at, and this is my life in a teacup. Hi peeps! Another a Christmas Eve fireside chat 2024. And here's to it. Oh, look, I've got festive mince pie. Only a cheap one. And my cup of tea. Hold on. Notice anything different? I've just had my hair cut this morning. It is a little bit too short. Don't get me wrong, the cut's lovely and I'm really happy with what she's done. I had to have it cut this short because I just wanted to get rid of, well, if you look back, you see it. I mean, I look like a female version of Einstein. I mean, it was just everywhere. So, and I wanted to sort of cut the brown that was left over because obviously a lot of grey's coming through now. And there was all brown bits on the end. People had asked me, was my colour dye growing out? No, it wasn't. That was just sun bleached brown on the ends of the grey, dark grey that was coming through. So yeah, so I've had it cut this short because I always used to have short hair anyway, but because, like I said, the ends were so bad and the condition of my hair was really bad. So chop it all off and let's start again. And I can get it to, I mean, I'm going to keep it short now, but I want it a little bit longer than this, and I can get it to a good length and be a good girl and maintain it and go and have trims every so often. See, that's the problem. I don't blow dry my hair. I can't be bothered wash and go me, and it'll be even easier now with this. But yeah, I think I look a bit manly. Yeah, look a bit masculine, I think, but never mind. I'm not a very feminine woman anyway. I never have been, but it'll do for now. So yeah. Oh, the new me. Anyway, I just want to hop on and say thank you so much again to everybody, all my subscribers and all my comments and everything. You know, there's some lovely people out there and they've said some really nice things, and I do hope you continue to follow and subscribe next year. I was hoping to get to the 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, but that hasn't happened, and that's fine. I think I started putting these up in April, May of this year. And hopefully then, maybe by April, May next year, I'll get to the 1,000 subscribers, which will be great. It seems so long ago. I mean, in April, think back to what you were doing in April of this year. Normally we say, oh, the year goes really quick. But when I look back, it seems an age ago oh, sorry, it's my Bluetooth speaker just shutting down. You know, that I decided to go car camping to the Isle of Skye and took off all on my own, as you saw if you'd seen early vlogs, up country to the Isle of Skye. Had a fabulous time and enjoyed it so much. That's why when I came back, I decided to get the van and sort of rustically convert it into a camper van, which I'm very happy with, and it's comfortable and it's cozy. I'm going to have a diesel heater fitted in it next year, so I'll be looking for someone to help me with that. But yeah, you know, I've done that, and I went up to Skye and I did the Devon, Cornwall and Somerset little tour in my van, and I've moved home or I've moved mooring. I mean, obviously the surroundings are still the same, which I hadn't planned at all. It just literally was an overnight plan that came to fruition very quickly, as you know. So yeah, it's been quite a good year. I hope it's been a good year for you guys, and I hope that, you know, you do have a very peaceful Christmas. And as I said, I just want to hop on to say thank you, you know, for subscribing and liking and commenting on it. It's been brilliant. Next year, I'm hoping it's going to be even more exciting. As I mentioned to you, I was, I think I showed you last time, but just in case you haven't seen the video. So these are the lampshades that I make. Okay. Well, this one, I printed it. It's all my own printing, hand printed. But I didn't actually make the shade. Somebody else made it. It was a lady that had a shop that made lampshades, and I printed the fabric for her. And when she was closing the shop, she gave me this lampshade, which is lovely. So I thought, well, if I can do my own, like I mentioned before. So I did a little practice. It's only a practice, and it was an old lampshade that I just took everything off and just kept the rings on the bottom and the top. and then did a sort of similar sort of print just to see if I could do the lampshade myself, and I can. I mean, I'm not being funny, but I knew I could. I just knew I could because, as you know, I create lots of different things. So that's going to be quite interesting. I've already got the possibility of 2 outlets for lampshades and cushions. A couple of people I've spoken to over the last few days. So yeah, we'll see what 2025 brings. So I'm not going to babble on. This literally, like I said, was just to say thank you, wishing you a peaceful Christmas and everything you want for 2025. And I will see you in the new year. All the best, everyone. Bye. Happy Christmas. Well, I know most of you have probably seen sort of, pictures of what I've done through the year, but I always add some sort of images at the end of my vlog. So I just thought I'd do a catch up and on what had happened during the year. So as you know, my lovely Vauxhall Natter that I used to have, I created a car camper out of it, which was extremely comfortable. And her and I had lovely travels together. And I went all the way from Gloucestershire to the Isle of Skye, stopping en route along the way to visit friends. This needs no explanation, you know where that is. Oh, if you're not from the UK, it's Blackpool Towers. Sorry, I forgot about this. This is one of the lakes in Cumbria, again, for those of you that aren't from the UK. And this is another little town, I think it's Keswick, in the Lake District area. This was just outside of Keswick, and there'd been a storm a couple of weeks before I travelled, and those trees had uprooted in one big sort of fell swoop. Then I cross over the border into Scotland and Dumfries and Galloway, and my first port of call was Gretna Green. There was some statues a lot like this, and where it was all depicting love, because obviously that's where people used to run away to get married. Then I went into Edinburgh, and that was nice. I enjoyed that. It was a bit busy, so I didn't really stay too long. Had some lovely food though, that was really yummy. And as I hit the Highlands, I saw my first snow-capped peak, and this was in April. Then I pulled into a campsite, I think it was called Red Squirrel in Glencoe, which was wonderful, highly recommended. And that view that you've just seen was out of the back of my car. This is the little plaque that sits at the beginning of the little walk through that you go to this very iconic white house. It's now used as a resting place for people that walk or cycle. Yes, lovely food, haggis, neeps and tatties. I have to say the haggis was vegetarian because I don't eat meat. That was Eileen Donald Castle, and this is obligatory. You've got to take a picture of a coo, Highland cattle, such beautiful beasts. One of the pools at the fairy pools, which had it been the summer, I definitely would have gone in because they were quite inviting. Not a great picture of the kelpies because I've cut one of the heads off, but then I went home and repainted the boat during the summer. So that was, and this is, how she looks now, back to purple. Then I bought myself a van, as you know, because I enjoyed the camping trip so much, and converted it myself. Took the bulkhead out, did all the insulation, and everything that was fitted in was freestanding. I didn't want anything fitted, as it were. I wanted to be able to move it all out and it be converted back to a van if ever I sold it on. And so this is how it looked when we finished, and proper bed, proper mattress, really comfortable and cosy. Called her Tilly, and Tilly and I, Tilly Teacup, we have a fabulous time wandering around the lanes and streets of Cornwall and Somerset and Devon, as I did later on in, I think it was October. Oh, this was just some pictures of Dunster House. Or Dunster Castle, I should say. You're not really allowed to take pictures, so I didn't sort of take too many. But that was an interesting place to go. This was Mevagissey. No, it wasn't, sorry. That was Linton Lynmouth. This is some other areas of Cornwall. I can't remember the name, but it's the place where you can't get any cars. Doc Martin's house for people overseas. This is Mevagissey, the harbour at Mevagissey. Now this rock, I thought these were fascinating, with all these little bits of sort of, I don't know what to call it really, marble I suppose I want to say. Yeah, love this place. Port Leven, I think that was. Barbara Hepworth's studio in St Ives, where she used to live and sculpt. The gardens are gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Then I ended up in this cafe that was very pink because I couldn't find anywhere else to go, and I hate pink, so you can imagine. Then I met up with my niece and we went to the iconic Minack Theatre. This is Porthcurno Beach. And then home to my old mooring. And this is where I made the decision overnight that I was going to move. And that was at the end of October. And by November, I took some of these shots just to remember the beauty, because I lived on a wide canal, not a narrow. It was a wide shipping canal. So this was my view, and it was stunning. And I love to look back at these because it was a beautiful place to reside. You couldn't fault it, couldn't beat it. So the 8th of November, that was in Gloucester Dock overnight. The boat's waiting to lock out the next day on the 9th of November to go up onto the River Severn. Here you go. Brandon, who moved the boat for me, started the journey. And then it was onto the River Avon, just going into one of the locks there, Robert Aikman Lock. And a bit of night locking there that they were doing. They worked really late, and obviously with it being winter, you know, we were losing a lot of daylight hours. And then we moored here because there was a lock gate that was going up for repair, so the lock would be closed for 3 days. So I left where I was staying, joined my boat, the guys went home, and I stayed on my boat for 3 nights here, which was bliss. Look, it was just me. It was wonderful. Took the opportunity to go into Henley and Arden, which was just down the road from where I've moored. Nice little market town, really pretty. As you can see, lots of sort of Tudor buildings and a couple of cafes and things. Then we resumed the journey. I think this is the Lapworth Lock. Then we're on my mooring, and this was about 3 days later. After we moored up, it started snowing. Then I woke up to this, and I'm home, and this is my new mooring.